January the 13th and 14th, the Mozart Festival continues with its second program, which is going to really have two. It's going to bookend with Mozart's Symphony 36. We said is the Linz.
Linz.
Prague is the 38.
Yeah.
But in the middle is the E minor violin concerto of Mendelssohn. How is it that you put 36 and 38 into the same program? These two different wonderful cities that Mozart
influenced a lot, yeah, especially Prague, of course, with the city where Don Giovanni was premiered. I think it's a wonderful combination. It's one of these very different symphonies, very in spirit, very different. I don't think they are written to catch the flair of the city. It's just the location where they have been written. That's why they have the name. It's not. It has nothing to do with Linzer Torte or Bohemian food or anything.
Or the beer.
Or the beer or nothing.
Because we were just in the Estates Theater, I think it's called, in Prague.
Yeah.
Where Giovanni was premiered. A more perfect theater there is not.
Yeah.
And it's just,
and let's not forget that this all was one big cultural melting pot.
Yeah.
There was not really a difference, you know. It was all, you know, to go to Prague from Vienna was basically, you know, you stay in the same cultural zone. But this program is led. I don't want to use the word conducted. Is led by Kolja Blacha. He is also going to be the soloist in the Mendelssohn Violin Concerto. Kolja came here before. He actually twice already played the Berg Violin Concerto with us, and then came back to lead another program. When I say lead, he is basically the concert master for the two symphonies and the soloist for the concerto. He does not conduct. He leads from the concertmaster chair. Nobody's conducting, but he's leading the program, rehearsing, leading the rehearsal process, and of course all of that, which is a fabulous training for the orchestra, basically, like the Orpheus Chamber Orchestra. You know, orchestras who play a certain repertoire and are not conducted takes far more rehearsal time usually, and it teaches the musicians really to communicate, to listen in a very, very different way, and I think it's fabulous, and there are very few people who can do that.
You see it often with Mozart piano concertos.
Yeah, but then it's basically, that's a give and take between the soloist and the concertmaster. And here, it's Kolja Blacha, who was, when he was very young, became a concertmaster of the Berlin Philharmonic under Abbado, but then took again a career as a soloist, as a great teacher, and this lead play is one of its specialties. It's quite unique to see it happening, and it's very transformative, I think, for an organization, for an orchestra. And I think that type of repertoire, it works very well. I don't think it works so well in a Brahms symphony, and let alone something more. Something wilder and more complex, but while complex is Mozart is always complex, but it's a different complexity.
But you chose a Mendelssohn concerto for violin and not a Mozart concerto for violin. Is there
again? I think the relation. We wanted to bring in a composer who, again, is a perfect example for a child prodigy. I mean, like, probably even more than Mozart. Because when Mendelssohn was very young, 16, he wrote probably one of his most popular works, the Midsummer Night Dream Overture. 16 years old, he already wrote 12 symphonies for strings. No, his first symphony then came very soon after, and again, somebody who died very early, not being much older than Mozart. And also somebody who wrote with no much correction, very productive outcome, living also the life of a conductor. He was one of the first professional conductors, and a great painter and artist, and a very interesting person, in a certain way similar to Mozart, especially when it comes to being such a child prodigy early on.
Well, what a wonderful program. I look forward to discussing it with the leader of that program,
Kolja Blacha.
And January 13th and 14th here in the HEB Performance Hall, Mozart and Mendelssohn. Thank you, Maestro.